Hello and welcome back to another TrickyMist video. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. Now I know I have mentioned it in the community post that I always end up using. Now I know I use the community post a little bit different than a lot of other people use it for. Some people use it for screenshots, some people use it for voting, some people use it for promoting, and others there's so many things that you could do with it. But I end up using it as like a Twitter kind of thing, or like what's going on with the channel and like things that I want to do and stuff like merch and stuff like that. But that's literally what I've always used the community post. I tried using it to like promote some other people, specifically Twitch streamers, but that's just because they're literally the people that I play with all the time. But if you guys have seen in the recent ones, I did mention that we are going to be trying to do some like story time, whether if that's like experiences, stories that I've like had done or like heard of and things like that nature, or it could be just like related to games, like anything pretty much. And it's just like I want to try and get better at talking, communicating and things like that, so I don't stutter as much. And now I know some people here might actually know, like whenever I stream and I like play with other people, I always tend to like stutter quite a bit. And back in intermediate school, I think that's when it was the worst. I was stuttering nonstop, and I like went to special classes and stuff like that. It's just because like my reading and writing was much below the average of my peers, and I'm not really sure why. For whatever reason, I would always end up stuttering all the time, and it was just really frustrating. I like at one point I somehow got past it and I didn't stutter as much. And then as junior high came and high school, it became very little, if not nothing, for like stuttering wise. But ever since I got done with high school and stuff like that, it has honestly been coming back. It came back like a few years ago, and it's just been frustrating. It's been so hard, especially I know whenever I'm like streaming, it's just it might be just a bit hard to like understand, especially if I get stuck on words and stuff like that. And I know I get kind of nervous whenever people are like talking, because I don't want to talk over them, and then I think I stutter even more, and it just becomes like a big issue. But I'm kind of hoping with like these kind of videos where I get to talk to you guys and like communicate and like tell you guys stories and like random things that I've heard of, things that I did, whether if it's recently, things like that. Hopefully the stuttering and things like that will eventually go away. So, and the way that I like thought of it was, this will be kind of like like a fragmented podcast. Now, a fragmented podcast is just kind of like bits and pieces of what a podcast would be like. Granted, I'll always like say hi to you guys whenever I do one of these videos, and the same thing whenever when we're about to end it, I'll say I'll see you in the next one. But if you cut that out, then you put it all together of like all the other videos, you'll probably get like a few hours of like what a podcast would be like. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and go right on into it. Now, I'm not sure if you guys, well, I usually don't really talk about the real life or real world and stuff like that, things that I do outside of videos and things like that. I might mention it on streams every so often. But this last weekend, I went to one of my cousin's graduation parties. He got out of, well, he just graduated just this year of high school, which is pretty good, pretty amazing. But he was actually like, him and the other cousins were telling me something like, apparently they're really into playing Call of Duty Zombies. Now, Call of Duty Zombies, I love playing, but for some reason, I just can't stream it just because I'm not sure if it's about like the bandwidth or if it's just my connection. It's probably just the connection. But for whatever reason, it like lags, it buffers, it does all types of things to the stream. And I just don't want that to like happen, so I just refuse to stream it from then on. But they were telling me something very, very interesting. Now, as in interesting, I am referring to the idea. And now the idea is like, you know how there's speed running, there's like people that do Easter eggs, people that try and find Easter eggs, people that try and find glitches, God mode spots, like all types of things in the Call of Duty world, like anything and everything is what people try and find. But my cousins, they told me, they were like, say, just last night we were trying to do a speed run. I was like, speed run, and like the first thing that popped into my head was a speed run for the Easter egg, and I was like, oh man, that's pretty good. I have no idea how to do the Easter egg, but I heard it was pretty easy. How close did you guys get to it? They're like, no, not that speed run. I was like, what what kind of speed run is it? And they're like, the quickest exfil. And by exfil, that's not getting up to 30 and exfilling at 31. That's getting all the way up to round 11 and exfilling, wiping out the enemies, which I think you got to take out 30 zombies. But they said that they got very, very close to the actual like time that it would like, the time that you need for it. I'm not exactly sure what that time is, but I know it would have to be extremely fast because it's kind of like the first room challenge in a way. Because the way it sounded like was like the speedrun world record was set by like the first person to like pretty much upload the video, and then that's kind of like how that stuff kind of goes. And once someone like gets their mind like put into like thinks about it and is like, I'm going to set a world record for this topic, that's essentially how that speedrun came about. Now, I have never tried it, but I do want to try it. And I think one of the next few videos that's going to be coming out is me attempting the world record. I'll start the recording like in the lobby. Then we'll like, I honestly don't know how to like put the little timer that you guys see like over in like the upper right or like upper left, or how like I'm not entirely sure how to get that going. But if anything, we're gonna have like timestamps once we start the match, like the moment that like after I like land on the ground and zombies start spawning, then that's when the time starts. And then essentially you want to eliminate all the zombies as fast as possible. And honestly, I feel like it's going to be kind of close. Like I'm not entirely sure on how, like what the world record is. I feel like I should really look that up while we're just talking about it. Now, the world record, like I'm at one point I did set a world record a while back. It was the first room challenge. I kind of like mentioned it, but I was like one of the first 4 people to post a video on it. Someone posted it and they got 31 in the first room. Someone got 34. Next person got 41. I posted one for wave 49. We almost made it up to wave 50, to be honest. And it was like a 2-hour stream. I kind of messed it up though. I messed it up so badly. I had my webcam blocking the HP and like armor and stuff like that, so it just made it look like I just went down and you guys couldn't see much of anything of it. And it was honestly kind of disappointing. I put in so much work into getting that, and it's just a shame. It's a shame that I like messed it up like that. Speedrun. Here we go. Exfil. What is the speedrun for exfil? Oh, let's see. That's not what I want. Dang. So the current speedrun world record, I think, is this one. 7 minutes and 30 seconds for like solo wise. Someone even like set one for Outbreak for 3 minutes. And I don't know if that's just like solo or if that's with other people. But yeah, no, there is a crazy amount of stuff like on here. Like someone like the 7 minutes and 30 seconds is the one for the first map. Die Machine or Des Machine. I honestly forget how to like pronounce the name. And then someone set a world record for fastest speedrun for Firebase Z for 7 minutes and 47 seconds. And it looks like, oh, that one was co-op or 2 players. But oh, wait a minute. This song got a better time. So 2-player. So the first time was solo. This one that I'm now seeing is 6 minutes and 51 seconds with 2 players for Die Machine. Hey, look at that. They actually got the timer thing right below there. It's perfect. But yeah, no, I feel like it's going to be kind of hard, especially like trying to do that, and that's just going to be insane. Now, I'm not sure if I want to do it solo or if I want to do it with like someone else, but most likely I might get some other people and then we might try it out. And most likely the way to go about it is you want to use Ring of Fire just for the increased like damage output, so you can insta kill like all the zombies that you need to at the exfil spot. And I'm pretty sure that's pretty much all you need. Like you could do that with War Machine or Death Machine. War Machine would probably be better, even though you only get like 6 shots. Death Machine, you would get like 200 shots. It would just insta kill. But yeah, no, we'll definitely have to do that. And I kind of want to do that within like the next 5 days, so then maybe it will be up by the weekend. But yeah, and then I know there's a new game coming out in the next couple of days. I know some people have played it. I've seen Tim the Tatman play it quite a few times. It was called New World. New World is like a MMO RPG game with multiple servers for different regions around the world. And it's kind of like the best type of thing ever. It reminds me of D&D Dark Alliance, but better. So if you're in the town or the campsite, you can see hundreds of players, or I mean, like, I think the servers go up to 60 players. But regardless, you can see all those players just sitting there, like, running around, visiting the shops, visiting the quest lines and stuff like that. I bought the game, but I got past the start menu, got to the server listings, and I was sitting there. I clicked on the server, and it said, by the way, if you make a character on this server, you cannot play on any other server unless you have to delete that character, start over, start on a new server. And by new server, I mean like another random server, because they're all named pretty much the same, but with like a second word of something different. And I was like, I'm just going to hold off on that for right now, just because I don't know which server my friends are on. And after that, I just kind of forgot about it. So I had the closed beta, had it downloaded on the 20th, opened it a few times, and I think I was AFK in that like server menu for like an hour. So if you go to my closed beta thing, it says I have an hour played, and it's just kind of ridiculous that I just never once opened it. I never once played any of it, but I seen gameplay of it, which I think it's kind of fun, or it looks really, really fun. But I kind of want to play it with, like, I want to start it off with like Chai and like a few other people, because I think you can have like a party of five players, and hopefully Chai uses the dwarf. He used the dwarf in D&D, and oh my gosh, he just couldn't like he was upset that he couldn't do any damage. He couldn't do much of anything to like block it out, and it was just ridiculous. And then even like a few days ago, actually probably a week now, we were playing Second Extinction, and he chose like the very first map. He chose a character that doesn't do any damage, or can't jump, can't do much damage. It was more of a supportive role, and he was just like, why did I do this to myself? Why did I choose a character that just doesn't like help? And we had to fight a T-Rex right off the first mission. The first mission, it just went downhill. I was just like hiding away, sniping. He was taking all the damage, going down left and right. I have to go try and revive him and like things like that. It was just absolutely crazy. But I don't know. I feel like I want to play zombies, so we'll attempt the speed run for exfilling. Just like first try, we'll make that into a video coming out, and then we'll probably play some more second extinction, because I want to make a few videos on tips and stuff on that game specifically, just because I feel like the best way to farm that stuff is just like trying to evac, and it's like an infinite number of dinos, mech dinos, or like mutated dinosaurs and stuff like that. Anyways, that's the plan. We are also going to be trying to come out with another video for Roblox. I know a lot of people have been wondering, Tricky, when is the next video coming out for Roblox? Like, when are you going to play it? And honestly, I'm going to try and get a video out in the next like few days here, so be looking out for it. I have a few games in mind, but we might revisit some of the other games, see if they updated it and things like that nature. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in for the very first ever story time, even though we just talked about two different games and like my stuttering issues and things like that. But it really does mean a lot whenever you guys do end up watching the videos, just because it just shows me that you guys enjoy the videos that I put out, even if they're just completely random or even if they're just trash. And I'll admit there's some of them that are just bad. They're just terrible, even though I put in a good amount of time for it, but it's whatever. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in for today's stream. Also, sorry if I look tired. I'm literally doing this like it's 1:43 a.m. for me, and I haven't gone to bed yet, and I have to work in like a few hours from now. So, but anyways, thank you guys for tuning in for today's video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more videos like this one. Like the video, comment down below any other games you guys want me to go check out, or better yet, being since we're doing these kinds or this kind of video, put down in the comment below any other topics you guys want me to talk about. You can just ask questions, I'll write it down on a list, and then we'll just go through it. And I think that's kind of like how these videos are gonna go. After all, I need to try my best to communicate better, to try and get rid of the stutter. Anyways, but yeah, so that's the plan. I'll see you guys on the next one, and have a great rest of your day. See ya.